Hello students, it's Dr. Miller and I'm going to go over the assignment 4 instructions. This week you're going to really have some opportunity to focus on developing content and putting more content out there on your Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You're doing well. Just keep that up. We are going to have you do a video and you're going to be using your mobile phone, I assume, for that. The quality of mobile phone video is really excellent, and it's pretty simple to do. What I do recommend, though, is that you edit. Within Instagram, you can do videos and you can do editing right in the app, or you can use some other mobile editing tools that are out there. Personally, I do editing only on my computer. I have a hard time editing with a mobile app, but some people are very good at it. And there's a lot of tools that you can use on the computer, such as iMovie, Final Cut. The one I use is called Camtasia. There's also Adobe Premiere, and there's plenty of others. But there's also some online ones that are free. Movie Maker Online or Clipchamp, for example. And what you do basically, they're all somewhat similar. Let me jump into this. And this is a video that I put up here. This is Camtasia. And typically you're going to have your media in a bin, they call it in Camtasia world. And the only media I'm showing right now is down here in this track, and this is called a timeline here, and usually you can adjust the timeline by dragging it out, and part of the timeline is the audio down here. And if I right click on this and select all the tracks, then I can come up and click on audio effects, and I can do this thing that's called a noise removal. And so when I play it, of course you're not going to notice a whole lot with the dog running around, but that's one of the tricks you can do. Now what you really want to do in your editing is get rid of stuff that you don't need. So alright, let's just say the dog's running out of the frame right here, and I want to get rid of this last little piece here. So I'm going to drag that part over, I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to cut it. Okay, so that part is gone. And that's typical, and I highly recommend you minimize the stuff that isn't important on your video. And you do that by getting rid of it. Now, most of the tools also will let you do something like put text on it, so you can have a title. So I can say Twin Rider the Corgi, and I can make it big like that. I can position it and that kind of thing. Now notice what it did here. You've got another element on the timeline right here. So if I back up and now I play it in the preview mode, you see where the title comes in, and there are kind of effects that you can do if you wish. So for example, if I want to do transitions, I can select what type of transitions I want. Like there's a transition called a wipe, which is one part of the image will wipe over the other part. So if we put like this wipe down here on the graphic that we created for our title, now if I go back and preview this, you'll see that it enters wipes off. So that's a wipe. Anyway, this is kind of a quick view of the editing tool I use, but they're very similar. They're all going to have this timeline, and you can add other elements on the timeline. All right, so when you get your video done, you're going to upload it to Facebook, and we can go up here, and it's just the same interface that you use for putting a photo up there. In other words, you're going to click and you're going to search your computer for the video, and then you're going to upload it. You can write a comment in it if you want. So the thing with Facebook that's really important is videos are one of the things that you do. When you put a video up there, it works within the Facebook algorithm to actually increase the number of people that will see your video. You can also, within Twitter, you can add a video up here to your direct Twitter post. So that's what you're going to do, is you're going to create the video. You're also going to put it on YouTube. Now, if you have a Gmail, Google account, you will find that up here, these 9 dots up here are Google tools that you can use. One of those, and you, by the way, you can rearrange these. There's multiple pages of these, and you can kind of rearrange these so that the ones that you use the most are up here. But Google owns YouTube, and therefore you will find YouTube as a tool. So if you click on YouTube, you should have the ability to quickly set up a YouTube account. And this is me and my account. And if I want to upload a video, I click up here, upload video. We get the familiar interface where I can actually take a folder that I'm looking at that has a video in it, and I can drag it over into this area, or I can actually search for the file this way. You're going to get a video up there, and let me go back to a video I have already up here. So here's videos that you will see as being familiar because they're ones I use in this course. So if I go to this particular video, and I don't want to play it here, but what I do want to do is show you right here where it says share. If you click on that, you're going to have the opportunity to share directly with people as a message, or you can share it directly to Twitter. You can even share it to Blogger. But what I would do is I would copy this URL right here, and you just press copy, and there it is. And that's what you're going to submit, is this URL. All right, the other part that we're going to begin working with is social media analytics. And basically what you're doing is you're measuring how effective posts are, or how effective using a video is. And you're going to do that with the tools that are built within the social media platform. So, and this is the page that I've been managing for Flynn Rider, the Corgi. And by the way, one of the things you can do right here is you can view as a page viewer. Now, when I click on this, I get a different view. I can go back to viewing this by switch back to page, and I'm going to actually just open a new tab for that. So now I'm back into the admin area, and the reason that you want to stay in the admin area for the most part is this is where you can do things. And I want to show you just real quick what you can do right within Facebook to see what's going on. The first thing I recommend you do is always pay attention to notifications so that you have the ability to invite people to like your page. And these people probably already like it, so it's not actually going to work. But the other thing is, let's go back to page. Just keep an eye up here, and where you see that notifications, sometimes it's going to be from Facebook, and they're basically trying to get you to do an ad or to do some other things with Facebook. I always clear this out by mark as red so that I don't have to see that there's a notification because I already checked it out. Now the other thing is this insights. And this is the primary page summary, and it's for the last 7 days, or you can do it for the last 28 days. Okay, so this is what we're going to be looking at. And there's not a lot of activity on this page, to be honest. But if we go down here to the 5 most recent posts, I can see that we didn't do any ads. We're going to do that later. I'm going to ask you to do a small ad, and you'll see what difference it makes in terms of engagement. But here's some of the engagement factors. So where it says organic, that means what people find just on their own. And where it says paid, that would be the amount of engagement that paying for an ad brings about. And so when you pay for stuff, you get a lot more reach, you get a lot more activity. And that's because Facebook is taking your money and giving you the opportunity to see more. So let's look at this on the left, and this lets you drill down on these different areas. Reach is the total number of people that are seeing your stuff, and that's a very important one. Page views and reach are not the same. The total number of people that see it or can see it and the total number of people that actually do see it are different. And then actions on a page is even different from that, but that's really kind of the key element. And you've already been tracking this because you've been tracking your likes and you've been tracking your comments and reposts and that kind of thing. So there's not, as I said, there's not a lot of activity on this page, and not a lot of change on the likes. But on this one, you can actually go back, and let's do a start date of January 1, and we'll see on January 1, Flynn Rider the Corgi had 597 page likes, and as of today is 612. There's not a tremendous growth in page likes for Flynn Rider, but you can see how that's a really important way to look at things. So that's just a little bit about the analytic capacity of Facebook. There are definitely some third-party software applications, most of which you pay for, that can give you much more information, but this is all you'll need for the class. And it does show, if you were doing this like at a work environment and you wanted to show your supervisors the return on investment of doing a Facebook ad, like a boost of a post is the simplest ad, then you can show them material from that insights area before the ad and after the ad, and you can see there's a huge difference. Ads are the key, really, in a lot of ways to getting more social media engagement. So just to summarize what you're going to turn in, you're going to create a video, you're going to post it on Facebook and Twitter. If you create the video on your phone and you want to post it to Instagram, you can do that as well. And then also I want you to upload it to YouTube and then give me that URL from that. And then again, as you've been doing, keeping a summary of all your posts and all your engagement, your likes, your retweets, your follows, and all that kind of stuff like you've been doing. Just update it for this week. And then I've created a discussion thread that you can look at, and it's basically just asking you what you feel about the course to date. So that's pretty simple. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.